My name is Grace Naomi Jackson Hill. I am the daughter of Eldon Fulton Jackson Munoz and Minna Susan Hill Cooper. We one of the last generations now that 100% island blood running through our veins.
My name is Marianne May Jackson Cooper, and I'm from the Keys. I was born down in my mom's and dad's house, the last house down on the other island.
Buenas tardes, les saludo desde Utila para todos nuestros amigos y nuestros televidentes que van a poder ver esta gran historia que estamos a punto de redactar en este acto para todas nuestras personas. Quiero decirles que no soy nativo de Utila, soy de Comayagua, departamento de Honduras también, y llegué aquí en los años 1985 a la isla.
My name is Edwin Jackson. Born on Utila, lived here all of my life. This beautiful island of Utila.
Talking like we used to do. It was always me and you, shaping up and shipping out. Check me in and check me out. Do you like walking in the rain? Think of love, do you think of pain? You can tell me what you see. I will choose what I believe.
The first population that was on the island was the Pious Indian, and they was on the island before Christopher Columbus came in 1502, and an armada came down from Spain in 1485 and killed off all the Payan Indians, which I could testify about this because I went to the Indian cemetery on Rock Harbor, the north side of the island, and saw all of the damage that the Indians had in their skulls and different bones, and right there we came to the conclusion that it was not owing to disease that the Payans died, it was owing to a Spanish armada that came down to the island.
La historia, como yo escuchaba, ¿verdad? Aquella gente de aquellos tiempos, que los indios, ¿verdad? Que habitaban aquí construyeron ese pozo y eran unas venas, ellos buscaban las venas de agua, porque igual que el cuerpo, que, ¿verdad? Que lleva la energía y tenemos, ¿verdad? Esas venas y canales, igual la tierra tiene todas esas venas donde van, ¿verdad? Energía y agua a diferentes lugares. Y ellos sabían el lugar exacto donde hacerlo. Entonces, tú puedes probar esa agua, es muy dulce.
The structures on this island was very separated. There was one there and one here. There wasn't too many. And most of them was built from thatch palms and logs. It was only the rich people who had lumber that was bought from California and zinc that was brought from British Honduras, Belize.
Santa Laura, you were sick of the cold or anything, you got a little shop there by her house.
There's a bit of doctor and
like the little doctor around here. The old people had their own way in medicines and that and how to cure you, you know, but no doctors around here then.
We had him here. Troy had a good nurse here, but she now had the medicine. You understand? That anything happened, she would write that out. Now you go to Utilian, buy your medicine or your injection or not. I prefer you to go to Save. If you go to Save it then. If you're bad or anything then, the door again, if it's good weather, they put in the door, you say, we'll rush you quick.
Yeah, the good stuff about Utila back in the day was the roads wasn't paved. We didn't have lights but 12 to 18 hours a day. No Wi-Fi. So we played in the streets everywhere you went through this town, different sections in the middle of the road with the best little bat and ball games you could find. Bat and ball is our version of baseball. The rules changes a lot. Marble games, they were played in different people's yards, and we had from our uncles to our grandparents playing marbles with us out on the open people yards. You know, they were the good old days.
Someone used to play baseball down to the keys or what?
Baseball, right? We made our own ball. We got a sock. We would roll the cloth round, you know? Beat that round. Sometimes we put a little rubber center, sometimes we put a marble, anything like that. But how hard you beat. Then we take line. Then there we had cotton line, not plastic. And we wind that up tight. Okay? You got that picture? That can hurt. And then we take a sock, throw that in, then we catch it tight down here, we tighten it, and we tie it. Then we lap it again, and tighten it again till we get, the sock is closed and rolled up, you know? But that's tight and hard. When the Utilians boys came down, well, they wasn't used to playing among houses and all that. They used to say the old women used to take the balls and throw them out to us and hide them in their field then.
Y me imagino que en todo ese periodo, antes del 2010, había escasez de maestros, ¿no?
Oh, sí, sí. Cuando nosotros llegamos aquí, los profesores venían y lo más que aguantaban era una semana y se iban. ¿Cuáles eran las razones? Bueno, la razón primordial era el fluido eléctrico. Solo teníamos energía eléctrica de 6 de la mañana a 12 de la noche.
Here on Utila, we didn't have 24-hour power until 2004. Okay, then 2005, then we started having dependable internet service.
We got 24-hour power now, which is a good thing. Washing machines. I remember when we got our washing machine, we had this little lady working for us, Mama Chiche. And she used to work for my grandmother, and then she worked for my mother. And when we got our first washing machine, we put that out in the back there, and my papa got behind the wall. And well, first he told her, he said, "You see this animal here? He said, this animal go wash your clothes, go fold them up and go spit them out to you just like that." She said, no. She was from the mountains, you know, she was poor and never saw too much, you know. She said, no. My papa said, oh yeah, this thing will even talk to you, this could be your best friend. My papa got up behind the wall and he there. She said, I don't know, usted, ¿qué tipo de animal es usted? My papa behind the wall answering for this washing machine. My mama came and told her what was going on. People lived in fun them days. That was the good part, you know. Utila, we were innocent, you know, and our dapper stories, they were the best. We used to sit in the night when the lights go off, everybody sitting on the steps, and you hear these dapper stories.
It's now that I should start with the first poem, so that not only these guys here can hear it, but maybe the world may hear it. And I'm going to start like this. When a poor man has $1 and their chance to get some more, then comes along a rich man and makes friend with him for sure. He's always smiling nicely, yet somehow he look haunt. It's not your friendship he's looking, it's your dollar that he want. When he gets your dollar, no longer he's your friend. I seen that happen many a times, from the beginning to the end. So don't be greedy for money, for it makes you look so odd. Take Jesus as your savior and not money for your God.
That we would go on the weekends, boys and girls would go up in the bush and catch our crabs, bring them down to the beach, clean them, and do a big crab boil, right? So we would have, like a bonfire. And you know when you go crabbing, because you're in a swamp and you're in the mud, so you get dirty. So everybody would swim, you know, so you like wash yourself and clean yourself off, and then we would have the best of the time just doing these crab boils, right? Another thing that we would do too is that, you know, we would go on picnics down on the Keys, and then the boys will go catch the fish, and then the girls will be preparing all the other stuff to make a tapado, a bando, which is a fish, what we call a bando. It's a nice like fish soup. And but look, as much tourists and restaurants that we have today, no one serves, you know, that fish soup, bando, you know, and I think it's something that people love.
Fish bando? How you prepare? Is that what that made from?
Yeah, coconut milk. We do buy the can one out of the store. We get the real coconut. Yeah, and we get the meat and blend it. I got blended and blended, and I got great. Blend it fine and get the milk out and squeeze it dry and peel all your bread kind in and whatever you want, platanos and bananas and yuca and whatever. Put it right down in that. You have your fish ready. After it start to get boiling, you put some consommes and seasoning in it, sweet pepper and onions and little black pepper. And put your fish, lay your fish on top and lay your right plantain on top. You want to make a couple of banana dumplings. You grate some green bananas on a little grater and you season that up good, put a little flour in it and dip it up and put that right on top of the plantains and you cover that up and let it boil.
Good stuff.
Delicious.
Aquí en Utila hay varios platillos típicos. A mí me encanta el bando, ¿verdad? Es un platillo típico que se hace con leche de coco, se hace de carne salada, se hace con pescado. También es la baleada. La baleada no puede faltar en ninguna parte de aquí. La baleada es una comida que a todo mundo le gusta. Turistas y nosotros de aquí, ¿verdad?
We ate oatmeal and mostly fried fish, fried food. We got meat once a week from Utila. They would kill the cow Utila every Friday, and they would bring down meat, and they'll tie it on a string. We would call it one string of meat. We would make one day soup out of it. One day we would stew it with little potatoes. And then we will salt little pieces with salt and black pepper, and we'll fry that for like a Saturday morning. We'll have that with a fried green plantain, and that was a treat. This little piece of fried meat, a treat. But the majority of people lived from fish.
So Miss Betsy, you could tell us a little bit about how it was growing up on the Keys when you were a little girl?
When I was a little girl, it was poor, way poorer than how we are now. Very poor. Because our dad had no way of selling fish every day. He can only sell it once a week. And he had to build a crawl and keep the fish alive. Sell it then on Monday and save them.
So we have a good time fishing there from December on, January, February, March, April. That's fishing months for us.
So you would say that the best time was when the mutton snappers was around?
Yeah, when they're biting good, yeah. They're about as good with it because they bite fast. They bite the day and night. You can go in an hour. No matter, you can get your ice box full of it, full of fish, and come home and they rest a little bit and go on again. Sometimes they go twice a day. Sometimes not.
And you all have people from Utila to come down and
Oh
buy
yeah,
fish?
yeah. They sells me some fish from Utila too. Yeah.
But most of your fish that you catch here, you sell that to the mainland, right?
Yeah. Besides that goes off on as export. Goes off export to the USA.
Oh, you could send to the USA?
No, not me.
Okay.
The factory.
But that's your fish that you catch here.
Yeah,
Goes to
yeah.
La Seven and they
Yeah.
export it to the US.
Yeah.
So your fishing goes far.
Oh yeah. That goes the one I deal with, that goes up to even China.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y han habido enormes cambios. La escuela solo tenía como 100 alumnos en el 96, 97. Y ahora el centro básico está llegando a 500 alumnos. Sí, entonces sí ha habido crecimiento, bastante
Positivo.
crecimiento positivo, crecimiento educativo ha habido, porque ahora los alumnos ya no solo sacan primaria, sino que terminan su centro básico 9º grado y luego estudian un bachillerato. Ya después del bachillerato sí, ellos están listos para salir de la isla y seguir en la universidad.
Y no sé si eso ha beneficiado, porque se ha perdido muchas cosas bonitas del isleño autóctono. Hay muchas cosas bonitas de rescatar del isleño autóctono y esa cultura se nos está perdiendo, porque viene una cultura diferente y el hispano, el inmigrante que viene de la costa, trae su propia cultura y él mezcla esa cultura isleña con la de él, y a veces puede ser un desastre, porque muchos hispanos que vienen aquí, yo los escucho, no aprenden a hablar inglés. Aparte de eso, arruinan el poco español que hablan. Yo los he escuchado hablar español y hablan arrevesado y horrible el español y no saben hablar inglés. Eso está pasando en muchos jóvenes que vienen de la costa a vivir a Utila. Entonces, esas cosas debemos de ver cómo ya debemos de tener una escuela bilingüe. En Utila tiene que haber escuelas bilingües completamente. La orientación de la educación es sumamente importante, porque eso marca el futuro de nuestra isla. Nosotros educamos un pueblo, invertimos en educación. Eso es lo que va a marcar el futuro de nuestra isla. Se debe de controlar la inmigración.
When I was a kid, we practically lived off the land. When I say that, there was fish in abundance. There was counts in abundance. There was whelks in abundance. There was crabs in abundance. And then every house or every family had his little farm somewhere or another. And they would farm bananas, yucca, sweet potatoes, cocos, plantains, and so forth. Now there was people who lived on Utilians who had nowhere to farm except down at Salado. But those people would catch their fish and would bring the fish up here and would trade. There wasn't much money in those days, so they would trade fish for bananas or for yucca. And that's the way the people lived. They did a lot of trading, fish for bananas, and then this farmer farmed bananas. He would change bananas for yucca with some other farmer, and everybody would just share and exchange, and that way the people lived very good.
It's just that we forgetting how to plant. You know, the island people, them days, they had to plant to harvest their own foods. Due that money was scarce, so everybody had fruits instead of importing them. You know, you had your limes, you had your avocados, you had bananas, you had the sweet peppers, anything that you needed to cook with or to eat, you had.
We don't have any food now. You gotta beg them to bring you a pound of crabs, and you gotta pay 120 lempiras a pound. In those days, you paid 5 cents a cup. They picked the crabs and sold them by the cups. 5 cents a cup.
When I see my uncle, he just went back to New Orleans. He comes every year for a little vacation, and he go to, and every year he can tell you it's different. And the day before he left, I yelled at him. I said, Uncle Steve, how much you caught today? He said, I'm loaded today. I said, yeah, well, how much you caught? He said, two. Two, and he was loaded. When you see a grouper, you gotta run and go and look at him. No more. Mountain snappers, the same thing. No more.
I came here, there was no canned in stuff. I think they had plastic bags to carry your groceries, but you was not allowed to carry a glass bottle on the street. They had little plastic bags where they pour your Coca-Cola in, unless you had a can like you have here. So they pour the Coca-Cola. They did not give a bottle out on the street. It was forbidden to have a bottle on the street. No plastic bottles, of course, nothing like that. But now, drowning in plastic and cans and
the island is not prepared to have all these tourists come at the same time. And it does create an impact on everything, like even a cultural impact, because then you're having people from all over the world coming and giving their little piece of...
Aquí en la isla éramos pocos la gente de tierra firme que habíamos, podíamos contarnos, ¿verdad? Y ahora, por supuesto, no quiere decir que tampoco la gente nuestra haya destruido, pero las circunstancias de la vida van cambiando, ¿verdad? Y asimismo las personas, algunas personas que venimos de diferentes culturas, de diferentes maneras de vida, y no tenemos el conocimiento de qué daño hacemos, ¿verdad? Entonces no nos importa destruir cualquier cosa.
Tourism is a big help to this island. If it wasn't for the tourists on this island, I really don't know what. In fact, I'm going to go even further than that. If it wasn't for the tourists in Honduras, in general, we would be. Because it's not the amount that the people spend, but it's the quantity of people that makes a difference.
You know, the tourists that come here now, you know, to the island, it's unreal, you know. We went, say, from, I don't know, maybe, say, 200 tourists a week to 5,000-6,000 tourists now in 1 week we'll be receiving, you know. So Utila back then, when I was a little boy, you know, my mother had like 3 little homes to rent, you know, called the Palms or some Palm Villas or something like that. It was, you know, so we handled like the first divers on Utila. Back then they would rent from my mother. You know, today we have over 2,000 beds available, you know, almost 2,500 beds. So double occupancy is 5,000 people, triple 7,500, and for Semana Santa it goes up to 3 in a room. So this is piped, this Semana Santa coming up. So every year we're getting a little bit more and more tourists, you know.
You know what, Utila has changed very much, okay, over the years. Diving has changed Utila, tourism has changed Utila, but it's been good also, because at one time it was so dead. There was no money to be made.
The practices have changed, you know. I mean, we have become more dependable into plastic and all these things. We have become more comfortable with certain things. But if you look at, you know, the past in Utila, or if you look at the past in communities in mainland, you will realize that, you know, people use more glass than they use ever plastic. People will use more paper bags than, you know, any other plastic bags. Or, I mean, it's our tradition, as you know, if we look to my grandparents and even my mom growing up, it's not that dependency in all this product.
Por supuesto, antes las calles eran de tierra, ¿verdad? Edificios, ahora se han hecho edificios que antes nosotros no los podíamos ver, pero las personas han hecho inversión en esto y tenemos ahora diferentes negocios, ¿verdad? Antes solo había un banco, ahora tenemos la cooperativa también, las escuelas, ¿verdad? Han ido abriéndose más centros educativos, que es muy importante.
Well, I just wanted to say thanks to all the people that collaborated in the documentary. Thanks for their time, sharing their stories. It's not easy being in front of a camera, but I think trying is how we find out.
Well, Utila people are the best people ever. Why? Because if they don't know you, even though they don't know you, they'll come and they'll just say hi and they'll welcome you home. They'll take you as a member of their family.
Creo que Utila tiene todo lo necesario para uno ser feliz y para poder estar contento aquí en ahí.